So this is a Canadian National Championship for club curling club teams, and we're here in the Miramichi River at the Miramichi Curling Club, and I'm here this afternoon with Dodie Dixon. I'm Joe Hawks, and we're going to take in a great game today. We have two teams that are sitting at the top of their standings in their pool at 5-0. Pool B, we have Team BC and Team Saskatchewan. So Dodie, I think we're going to see a really fine curl game.
Yes, Joe, you're right. This is the big game for both teams. It gets them into the semifinals and saves them that 2-3 game in small afternoon. So very big game. Yeah,
both teams will be gunning for this. I've seen both teams play, and I've been really impressed with the quality of the curling.
Yeah. The curling's been great. Like when you give them a good product to play on, they can make all the shots, and the ice has been tremendous for the whole week. And there's been a lot of shots made, and Eddie Pinder and I did mostly the ladies' games, and we were giving a lot of 5-point shots. So.
Yeah, it's we're seeing good curling up and down the sheets. I think the teams are enjoying the ice. You're getting lots of curl. They sharpen the rocks, lots of good lake curl. And it seems that the sheets are really moving outside and in, which is always nice for a player to play.
Exactly. When they have that perfect weight with it, they get lots of movement. And if they get further out, they can throw the high hard one and keep it straight too. So it's a perfect scenario for them.
Yeah. So we're into what we say are into the nuts and bolts of it. This is the last draw. Tomorrow the playoffs and if need be tiebreakers start. And in our game tonight, Saskatchewan has the hammer. So Dodie, you want to go through Team Saskatchewan and let our viewers know who we got out there?
Yes, the Team Saskatchewan is from the Utana Curling Club in Saskatoon. Their skip is Corey Korhutch. Their third is David Kretschy. The second is David Schmerler, and their lead is Wes Lang.
So they're up against a team out of BC who curl out of the Richmond Curling Club, and the skip on Team BC is Vic Shimizu, and he throws third stones for the team. Third stone, Todi Tanaka, and then we have second Trevor Bakken, and the lead on the BC rink is Mark Yodagawa. So I lost the toss, so I got to announce the BC team.
But excellent job, Joe. Very good.
We're down talking to the boys for the game. Really nice bunch of guys. They're enjoying the area. A couple of them been to the Maritimes in New Brunswick before, and one's a salmon fisherman, and he said he'd like to come here during that season. But it's a little cold out there for salmon fishing today, though.
I would say yes.
So we see rock out front. And one in the house. Teams are mixing it up a little bit right away.
They threw the guard up right away, and they've been going in behind. And
the guard is Saskatchewan's rock, and they have the hammer, so they're looking to play right away.
They're playing for the deuce.
This morning when Team Saskatchewan played Ontario, and Ontario's in third place in this bracket. They had an excellent game. It was tight all the way, and then they cracked a deuce in 6, and that seemed to be put them up 5-3. And then the other game where BC was played the Team Newfoundland, and the lead made a lovely run back double and ended up stealing 4 in the first. And Newfoundland seemed like they had a really nice end shaping up, and I don't think poor Lauren Henderson know what hit him with that. So the boys are trying to get that perfect roll behind the guard, curl a little bit after the guard. Even with weight, we're seeing some movement out here.
Yeah, definitely. There's you almost have to believe it's going to go. You have to put the broom down maybe a little early because you know it's going to finish if the weight is what's been called for.
Yeah, I find lots of times some of the teams, when they don't anticipate the curl, just like you said, Dodie, the rocks are either on the guard too quick or they've overcurled.
Yeah, exactly, Joe.
It's like they've lost them, so you really have to believe what you see out there and anticipate what's going to happen.
Exactly.
So again, we're still just everybody's trying to get that nice roll dead behind the center guard, and BC's up first mate stones at the end, and first in wins, I guess.
Yeah, this is the last game in the men's round robin. The week went by pretty quick, Joe.
Oh, look at it. We started on Monday with practices. The teams were all here. Some arrived Saturday, a bunch arrived Sunday. They had a little meet and greet over at the Rod where they're all staying, and now it's winding down fast.
Yeah, for sure.
And we have there are a few other sponsors for this event besides the Travelers. Great call out to the Travelers for sponsoring such a great event. We have Curl Canada and the City of Miramichi. Curl New Brunswick is also sponsoring. And we have a few local sponsors, Subway and Pizza Delight, and the Town 4 group who were good enough to donate some vans, 8 vans for the teams to go, and that's Town Ford, Town Chrysler, and Town Mazda. So a big shout out to those people for and businesses and organizations for sponsoring this year. So far everything seems to have gone without a hitch. The teams have enjoyed themselves. They've had entertainment going on every night after the draw. They're raving about the facility here. It's set up so well because we have the ice shed, and then we have a foyer where we can have some entertainment. We've had bands playing tonight. Is it the comedian James Marston tonight? From,
the comedian, yes.
Yeah. So we did get a little bit of a tuck roll. So now we're seeing Saskatchewan's going to try and just bump this and roll away and stay and play. They don't want to roll out here.
They had a great crowd at trivia night last night too. Most, I would say most, if not all, the teams stayed for that, and they had with Patty Quinn and Tarsi doing the MC in that one. They had a barrel of laughs.
Yeah, those are two guys from Sun 95.9, a local radio station, and both boys know the river well. And
yes,
they're the morning guys, and very entertaining to turn on 95.9 in the morning. Yeah, you get a little information and a smile too.
Yes, exactly.
So a nice little chip out and roll. We're out in we always say out in the weeds out there in the 12 foot. Cody I noticed this morning he loves to get out there and throw the BBs. So and a good positive rotation on his rock, and let's see what happens here.
It looks pretty good, Joe. I think he's going to get a little roll, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to roll inside. It's really moved across the face of the rock at the end, so caught them a little bit, like we say. If you really got to be ready for that.
There's a little bit of late movement on that out turn out there.
Yeah, he didn't overthrow that. It was a nice weight because he did want to get about a 4 or 5 foot roll, so didn't miss that by much.
No, it was just I think the late movement kind of fooled them.
Yeah, once it goes here, it's gone. They've sharpened the rocks not too long before the event, and
yeah, actually they did them on Friday gone by, and so they're quite aggressive, the rocks.
Yes. So first skips rocks for Saskatchewan. They're trying to get a kick back the other way.
This one's really curling, Joe.
Yeah.
He's got a nice little piece of it, nice roll in behind.
Yeah, they used a little bit of that directional sweeping. And,
yes.
Easy to say that Saskatchewan front end can move those brooms back and forth.
Exactly, yeah.
Good brushing makes such a difference out here. So are they calling for just, looks like hack weight?
Yeah, I think it's the guard's long enough that it really is not in play.
Yes. And they just want to pump this through and stick around too.
Now the directional sweeping going on now, Joe.
Yeah, I'm a little more behind the shot, and to me, I never saw it at all this morning, but I think Cody might have been a little full in that one, and just didn't come up for him.
Didn't come up for him.
Yeah,
no.
he was for sure. He was just a touch full. And when you throw that good positive handle, you don't get that that real dig in and dive. It seems to hold a better line.
It does so. It doesn't go sideways on you. So this will be a free draw for Saskatchewan, Team Saskatchewan, for a great start to the game, a 2-ender.
Yes, sir. Mission accomplished. Every time you start it with the hammer, the 2's the goal. Nice always to see the boys with the brooms down.
They're going hard in this, Joe.
Yes, they kind of watched it for the first little bit, and a little wider path than this. The boys were working her over pretty good. Yeah, it was a good pickup, eh?
Yeah, they got it there.
Yeah, good
sweep.
Yeah, good pickup. They noticed to start to grind in a little bit and put the hammer down on it.
There's some other big games, Joe, going on in Pool A. Manitoba is playing Nova Scotia. The winner of that game would get first place in Pool A. And Nova Scotia has scored 1 in the first end, so they're up 1-0. And Quebec will play Alberta. They're both 3-2 in Pool A, and the winner of that game will get third place.
Yeah, so there won't be any tiebreakers on that side of the draw. I'll go through quickly the standings. Pool A, we have Manitoba at 5-1. Nova Scotia is 4-1. Quebec and Alberta 3-2. PEI 2-3. And the Yukon Territory 1-4. Nunavut is finished now. Any team with 6 games in is done, and they're 0-6. And on the B pool side, we have BC and Saskatchewan, a game in front of us here. Both teams 5-0. Ontario is 3-2. New Brunswick and Northern Ontario are 2-3. Newfoundland is 1-4, and the Northwest Territories are 0-6.
Team New Brunswick is hoping, well, they're playing Northern Ontario, both 2-3, and hoping that Newfoundland and Labrador can do them a favor and beat Ontario and cause a 3-way tie for third spot in Pool B. So
yeah,
we'll be watching that closely.
Yeah, they're looking for a little help. That's going to make the difference, and Ontario stole a pair in that first end, I think. We'll see when they hang it on the board. We'll try to keep you updated on, especially on these games that count towards the standings.
There are a lot of important games out there. Kind of a crowd delight to have games all of this importance being played.
Yeah, 4 out of the 6 affect the standings.
Now you were correct, Joe. Ontario did get 2 in the first end. No, they stole it.
You stole 2, yeah.
Okay.
Newfoundland, they slid a little deep on the draw. So Saskatchewan starting our second end off by putting one right in the top of the 4-foot. Probably a little bit more than satisfied with a deuce in the first. Going to try and crowd things into the center of the sheet, and unfortunately for BC, their first second stones dropped into the house, so it's gone. Or it has a chance of being gone.
Gone, yeah. The free guard zone is not going to be in effect for this end.
Yeah, they're playing the 4-rock rule in this because it's they qualified through the 4-rock rule, and the games in this year club championship play are 8-end games, unlike the games you see nationally in 10 ends, and because that is club play. This is a club championship. You have to win it at your club and then win it at your province to get here. It's really revived curling in the clubs, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. So we actually, at this club here, Joe, we usually have 4 or 5 men's teams vying for the right just to represent our club, and then at the provincial level you have anywhere from 16 to 18 teams at it. So it really has revived the curling competitive juices of some curlers. So.
Yeah, it gives provincial play really does. It's a huge commitment. So we know with this here, it's giving guys that like the game and still want to play competitively a little bit, but just don't have that time to put into the game. So it's really nice to see. So
now that the free guard zone is not in effect for this end, it'll probably be an up and down the sheet.
Yeah.
But now this hit and roll out, we'll see if BC decides to throw a corner guard up. And That's what he's going to do.
Yeah, he's going to put it tight to the other guard. If he's a little in front of it, it makes it a little trickier. You have to peel it the other way to get it out of play.
Hoping that he jams on the yellow and rolls it on.
Yeah.
Well, Saskatchewan will do that for him.
Yeah, he's looking for them to make a shot.
Yeah.
You don't have to make them all yourself, but you don't see too many of them making shots for the other teams out here.
No, that's for sure.
I know it's kind of a bad habit in club play, kind of waiting and playing for a miss. And as the level goes up, you have to revamp your strategy.
Yes, for sure, yeah. Yeah, the curling's been excellent all week. Like I was just saying earlier, very impressed with the curling, the level.
Yeah, so we see that second, Trevor back and just put that right where he was touching the ice with the broom. So nice throw. And these guys are going to peel the rock the other way, trying to make sure that they don't jam that. But they're throwing out in a different spot, so it's a good place to put the stone. Looked pretty up the stick there, though.
He did so. He did so.
Behind that than me.
Yeah, he did so, Joe. And he ended up nosing it. He didn't give him a lot of ice. So.
Yeah.
You see BC go around those two guards now.
Yeah, the last end we saw Saskatchewan make a deuce out of not a lot, so BC's going to take a run at this end. You got to use what they give you.
Exactly. I think they better go on this, Joe. I think he's going to curl.
Yeah, there's not a lot of handle on this rock, like we were saying, and when that's the case, boys, they really do walk. And he got by a great sweep.
He's going to stop now. No, just out of the rings.
Yeah, Mark had to get on that, though. He had to get it by the guard. With that rock back there, even if they do peel the corner, they can still come around. They have backing to draw to, so I think, yeah, they're going to look to clear this. But even on the peel, I think you still may see them use that slight corner because they have a little.
He actually could spill two yellows on here if he decided to play it across the face.
And I think you're right. That at first he indicated the other way, but I think that's the way he's going. And boy, they got to grab that.
Well, we got one on.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wanted it way back there or not, but.
You can't have it all. Look at the turn back on that stone. So that just shows you the edge grabbing and going. So
I think BC's resigned now to try to blank the end.
Yeah.
Hit the back one here.
Yeah, not a lot to work with a rock back there.
No.
You just call that reloading, eh?
Now they changed their mind. They're going to make a play, a draw to it, I assume.
Yeah, looks like it.
The crowds have been great this week, Joe, too. The big crowds watching, and there's always been a lot of fan support in Miramichi for curling.
Yeah, anything that goes on at the club, provincial playdowns. I know you were involved with the National Postal here. There was great crowds for that.
Yeah.
And a good job being put on by the club. Anytime you're going to have an event like this, you have to have someone to spearhead it. And our club president is the chairman of the Spiel, and Sean had a chance to go to this a few years ago, and that kind of lit the fire into him, thinking that we had a great facility here for it.
Yeah, they went into Ottawa in 2015 and had a chance to talk to some Curl Canada people and present a case for the Miramichi, and here we are today.
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure, but someone was saying that they think the volunteer base for this was over 100 people.
Oh yes, yeah.
And it's just gone off without a hitch. It's really nice to see this many people out and everybody just enjoying what's going on. So got rid of the two of the backing stones. Nice throw, and leaves BC again with just a freeze to the back. It just came off and crossed the face, just a touch in that first one. With this kind of swing, it's kind of tricky to get a freeze, isn't it?
Yeah, it is so.
And they'll get a little more accurate as they get onto the sheet a little more. I'm not sure if either team has played on it. The boys really have to work this one. And that's the problem with this shot. If you don't get it right down in there and right dead in front, there's a chance of being forced. And the force is on now. So
the Corey Kohut just about to skip him. He actually won this national travelers once already, Joe.
Okay. Nothing like a little experience.
Exactly.
So they really want to just. The houses are very lively, and it doesn't take much off the center of the face of the rock to get a decent roll.
That was a really nice hitting weight.
Yeah.
Very, very controlled.
Yeah, didn't overthrow that.
No, he did not. And
yeah, you don't have to break them in two. You just have to hit them.
Exactly.
And the striking bands on these rocks is so very lively. You get great spring off of these rocks when you hit them. So Corey Tanaka here just wants to do the same thing. Hit a little inside flip on that. Roll
roll back to the center, yes.
Yeah, and he'd be a little deeper.
They're on it already, Joe, so it must be curling.
Yeah, they're working her hard.
Oh, nice shot.
Nice shot, nice shot.
Very nice.
Yeah. Doesn't take much, eh? The rings are so lively and probably rolled about a foot too far.
Yeah, it did, but it still presents a problem for Team Saskatchewan to make sure they don't jam it.
Yeah. And by playing that, the force would always be a possibility. Once you start to play that freeze, then you're...
Yeah, exactly,
yeah. Yeah, and it wasn't a lot to work with, so...
The one lonely rock, yeah.
Yeah. That late in the end.
Yeah, I think that was the key, Joe. It was kind of late.
Yeah, now we see where he's kind of put a little bit sideways on this, so I think he's going to bring the blank back in play. Yeah?
Yes, he is so, yeah.
Yeah, he threw that one a little firmer than the last one and gave it the little lucky whip flip a little bit there, and she's just not going to come back. Just a little firmer, I think, more than
just a little. The weight was up just a little bit more than the last time.
Yeah, you were talking about what nice control weight that first takeout was.
Yeah. Here comes, as you say, the BB coming down.
Yeah, he's going to put a little pepper on this one. And
he got the blank in.
Yeah, you suppose he's thrown a few peels in his day.
I think he might have a couple.
Yeah. I said that earlier today. He threw 5 or 6 of those, and they didn't take long to get to the other end. So once again, we see Team Saskatchewan deciding to go dead into the rings again. They're not going to play out in front. They've got their 2 points, and they're going to try and make Team BC come to them.
Exactly. Yeah, they're going to play the rings and see what Team BC wants, if they want to play corner guards or not.
And the boys are working this hard, trying to get it in there. And if it's up top, and that pretty much worked out. It caught a little bit on them, and it almost works out like a corner guard for BC. So they're going to utilize that. And you talked to Team Saskatchewan, talked to the boys from BC, and so for the BC boys, we'd like to give a little shout out to Goal Line for them. These teams, they do have some expenses traveling here and doing things. So I know some of it's paid, but it's nice to have a sponsor to help out a little bit on that end of things.
Yeah, sponsors are greatly appreciated by the curlers for sure.
As is Traveler sponsoring this event. Like I say, I really do think that this type of event is kind of a savior for curling in the country.
Yes.
We're going to see more and more people stay with the game because now you have something to play for.
Yeah, and I think this event has helped the Miramichi to perk more interest in the game of curling in the city of Miramichi. So,
yeah.
Just a quick update in that other Pool A game between Manitoba and Nova Scotia, winner getting first place in Pool A. Manitoba took one in the second end, so they're tied 1-1 after 2.
Yeah, both teams got a single with the hammer, so tight to the best there.
Yeah. Now, Joe, Saskatchewan here had a chance when that rock went behind. They really just they could have got up and peeled that guard out of there since it's their own, and maybe tried to keep a blank in play as if BC could run the whole end out, trying to protect that one red rock.
Yeah, I
always wondered about that when I was playing. If I threw a center guard, they went around, would I peel my own guard just to keep the free guard zone out of play?
Yeah, I have never seen that very often.
No. Normally, like a shot, they would just go throw a corner guard up, but no, there's nothing wrong with the strategy.
No, I was surprised to see them not throw a second corner guard out there, but they may have decided that they want to play this game pretty close, and so they decided to come around.
That is a nice shot.
There's enough air there, though.
Yeah, the nose hit, he won't touch his own, will he?
Yeah, and he couldn't get a little inside flip because I can probably see about 4 inches, 5 inches between the guard and the inside edge of the red rock.
No, I think that was the call to it, kind of hit and roll.
A little flip, yeah. And 2-0 isn't a huge lead, so you have to still play a little offensive.
Yeah.
And you can see the guys around it trying to hold the curl up in this. I think you're going to see it roll a little too far coming across. So that's a big finish there, big finish.
Yeah.
So now you're going to see them come around again, try and corner freeze on the Yellowstone. That's second shot.
And the sweepers are just going for a little stroll with it, Joe.
Yeah, they're kind of waiting for it to dig a little bit.
It's starting to move a bit. It's coming down a bit.
Yeah. Every time I see guys, it really came over nice at the end, eh? So
very nice.
Well judged on the weight, and when I see guys walking along with the brooms in the area, I always think of a little line you told me a bunch of years ago about a buddy you used to curl with, Stevie Russell.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was some funnies, yeah.
Yeah.
Steve was playing with us, and I sung out to him, how's the weight, Steve? And he said, I'm still running. So I guess we were heavy.
Yeah, some of those lines, you can't help it. They just stick with you. And that's always stuck with me. I always thought that was one of the better lines I've ever heard in the curling. Kind of says it all.
Yeah, it does so, yeah.
Yeah. And that would be Steve saying it all, right?
Exactly.
Lovely. Look at that. A nice run back. Got rid of both BC stones, and now Saskatchewan's laying 4. But it's still not a bad setup at all for Team BC. Nothing in the center, no center guards. Lots of confidence that they can still get their one.
Yeah, the play's all on one side of the sheet.
Yeah, they're gonna stay on the offense. Get a little to turn in behind again. So Team Saskatchewan was hopefully trying to clog the middle, and now with the rocks moved off to the side a bit more, it does open up the scoring area for Team BC.
It was still a nice shot. He didn't get. I don't know if he could have got a roll. Could he on that one?
It would have been very
a little
tight.
small though. Yeah, not much.
Yeah. It was there, but it was just there. But there's still lots of ways to get something in here as a counter. So I think he could go around that corner guard if it presented itself, and maybe even curl enough to get a little
corner down the other two yellow rocks out of there.
In the back. I think it will move that much.
Yeah.
So now the guys have a decision to make. And that's what they're looking at, coming around, just trying to corner in there. Because there are lots of lemons on the tree and not too many cherries down there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just a quick update on Ontario, Newfoundland, and Labrador. Ontario still 2 in the second. They're now up 4-0, and with a win, Ontario would secure a 3rd spot in Pool A.
Yeah, I'm sure if you can get through, nobody really wants to play that 8:30 tiebreaker in the morning.
No.
Yeah. Comes down to almost cruel and unusual punishment that way. So that one stayed a little bit. I think mostly, I think you're gonna, you're gonna see it come over awfully close to the line they wanted, and they didn't brush it till the end. So I think you would have seen a lot more finish if they could have put the brushes down. So, so they just got caught. Just a touch warm on that one, and didn't come up where they wanted. Still, they're not in bad shape yet. But gives Saskatchewan some choices. They may not like all of them that they have, but sometimes you have riches that you don't want.
Exactly, yeah. They're getting a lot of rocks in play, and I suspect BC will attempt that around the corner guard shot again unless this raise is right to the 4-foot.
Yeah. They'd really like to force BC into the one this end, and I think that tap back would definitely be
a force, maybe bring a steal into play.
Yeah.
I think that has to curl a bit, Joe.
It does. And they're going to just tick off that and roll back into the top 4. So I think that's a stone that has to be dealt with. And it looks like they're looking at a double on this, and that's another way to get in behind that corner.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like the backstone by BC
is a biter, right?
It is, yeah. So a lot of work to be done to ever bring that back into play, but it's still there.
It's still there,
and might be a catcher for you later on.
Exactly, yeah. Might get on the scoreboard. You never know.
Yeah. Some up to like they were Saskatchewan. You know darn well they don't really want a lot in play.
This one's curling early, Joe.
Yeah, they're all over it big time. Great sweep. So there it is. Nice little hit and roll.
That's very nice.
Yeah, popped out the other side about 2/3 of a rock, but mission accomplished for sure. Yeah, I think if that had hit that just a touch thinner, right? You would have hit more of the side of the rock. Yeah. Stayed dead and behind the cover. When you come across the rock like that, it really springs off it, doesn't it?
It jumps it jumps off pretty good. Where the other turn, it would have been more of a deadening effect to it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have hopped off as quick. That was the only turn they could use, though.
Yes, it is. On a turn like that, which turn goes flatter, Dodie?
That one, I would think it would be the other turn, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That shot you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we see that he's looking at the long double, and I'm pretty sure Cody's thinking that if he could make something like that, a great chance to bringing that backstone into play. And a pretty safe shot to play, because all Saskatchewan can do is draw around the one on the guard and only get a little touch of the 4 foot. So I don't think they're worried about the steal here. I think that's why they're looking at this shot.
Yeah.
It's a big risk, and we call that a young lad shot, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Well, I think he has to play. I think he has to abandon the plan of bringing that biter into play.
Yes, I myself, I know I would be looking at either trying to do what we talked about, but it's a little harder because the rock has moved over just a touch more, but or just coming around the corner guard.
Yeah, that's probably what I would like, just to draw around the corner, and if you can get it like almost, you don't have to be dead buried enough that it's high in the 8 foot, and maybe they'll bounce it over onto those two for you. So
sometimes you gotta let them make a shot for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so might see a few sparks coming up off this one.
Yeah.
Ice is pretty tight, and you know he's going to let her go.
Oh, he is playing it. Okay.
Yeah. And he threw that hard, boys, but I'm telling you, that is curling.
Oh, it was a good try, Joe.
Yeah, he threw a ton of weight at that, and on this ice, I'm telling you, he threw it pretty good. They let the rock run about 15 feet, and then the skip roared, and I'm sitting dead behind the shot. You could see that peel weight, and it came up.
Yeah, that was probably the most weight we've seen for a while, except for the blank attempt and second in where he's playing peel weight. That was close to peel.
Yeah. So he had a long way to spring that rock. He probably had to roll about 8 or 10 feet.
Yeah. I suppose if you can throw that weight, you can try to always play those shots to bring that biter back into play. But,
I've seen him throw a couple this morning. So. So mission accomplished for Team Saskatchewan. We have a force here, and
I think he's forced to draw too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. He looking at the rings there. He can't hit that top one because the biter, the 8 foot, over on the right hand side. So you're going to see Cody try to just. All he needs is the full white, but the full white shrinks when you're facing through. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the boys took a run at it, but got forced, and 2-1 isn't too bad. It's still getting your feet wet in this.
And my only concern with this shot, this is probably his first draw, is it not?
Yeah.
But the guys are just kind of
off and on her.
Yeah.
I saw him do that this morning. He'd throw just a BB and then walk back and drop her right in the 4 foot. Yeah. He had no issue with draw weight all game. So here we go. We see him just park him one back 4, and again, Cody's carrying on what he did this morning.
Yeah, very nice pressure draw.
Yeah, nice to see that kind of control where you can see a guy come out. So such a stiff weight shot, and then just cut it right back and throw it right to the tee line. That's some nice curling right there.
Yeah, that's not as easy as he made it look either.
No. Dodie, do you want to run down the scores for us just to let everybody know what's going on all the other sheets across?
We'll go with the, again, Ontario up 4-0 on Newfoundland, Labrador after 2 wins. The Nova Scotia has just taken one in the third end. We're up 2-1 on Manitoba. It's 3-1 for Prince Edward Island over the Yukon. Alberta and Quebec, that's another big game. It's 1-1. And New Brunswick and Northern Ontario, it's 1-0 for New Brunswick. They're in the third end also. Most of the action's in the third end, except for, like, our game is fast. We're into the fourth end already.
Yeah, that seems to be happening to me every draw. I seem to be getting in behind the quick team.
That's good. There now.
They're all trying to get me home early.
We had one the other night. I said that to Keith. We're having a really fast game, and then Next thing you know, we didn't. It changed.
Yeah, things got complicated.
Things got complicated.
And that can happen pretty quick. You get one or two ends where there's a lot of rocks in play and a lot of discussion, and you really have to figure things out. So now we can see with Team BC being down 2-1, you see the long guard coming up, and Saskatchewan has just decided to counter that by going right in the house. I'm sure they would like to have been a little deeper than this. At the top 12, you can completely bury on a rock that's just in the top 12, but BC's decided no, they're gonna go with another guard. No, the boys are talking it over, and they've decided, yeah, we want a long guard, short guard. That's must be what they decided before the end started. And we're going to stick to the game plan.
Yeah, the game plan was to throw two guards up.
And we're not to the point in this game where you have to shoot her all for a steal, but if you commit hard enough, you do see a lot of steals. When a team completely commits to that, too big.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. And
so a little indecision there. The rock was a little long, and I know the boys could have got that by and probably into the top 4.
Yeah, that would have been a. But they're laughing. They're having a good time. So
yeah, they're not too worried about it.
No, they're not too worried about it. It's nice to see, eh?
Yeah, oh, absolutely, absolutely. Kind of the way the game should be played.
Yeah, exactly.
No broom banging, no.
None of that stuff, no.
Yeah. Kind of like the way we play out there, Dave.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sun's going to come up tomorrow.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, exactly.
So I see in that other game that has some playoff ramifications, Alberta picked up a steal. So now they're up a steal of 2, so they're up 3-1.
Yeah, that's a big steal and a very important game for both teams.
So with the takeout now, we see Saskatchewan laying 2 after we're done the lead stones, and not a lot of panic in BC. They don't like that much control of the front of the ring, so you're going to see them try and take one of these out. Would they want to leave that there, Doty, or roll under?
I think they would be content with a nose hit, but a roll under wouldn't be bad either. I think they would just. He might catch the other one, Joe. No,
but he's going to get a little close to it.
Yeah.
Pop it out the other side.
That's not too bad now.
Yeah, he's underneath probably a quarter of a rock there. I don't think you'll see them throw too stiff at this. The guys from Saskatchewan do throw that nice quiet weight.
Yes, they do, don't they?
Yeah. Not saying that they can't bring her up when they want to, but yeah, they really nice control weight so far. Haven't seen anything overthrown.
That's nice control weight coming here, Joe.
Yeah. I think you see them stay off this, Doty, because when he let that one go, it's almost like he popped it out of his hand.
Did he? Okay. Yeah. You have a better advantage than
I'm a little bit more behind that shot. So yeah, hit and roll out. He gave her the little flip there.
A little touch out.
Yeah, and we know she doesn't come back. Sometimes when you have a little slower ice in the club or the rocks are a little duller, you get away with those things.
Yeah.
But on a good surface like this and the sharp stones, you really have to concentrate, and you can't count on a miss becoming a make.
No, for sure. BC now is going to play a little hit and roll too.
Yeah, nice shot.
Nose.
Yeah.
Now Team Saskatchewan, if nose hit on that won't be in the rings, and maybe BC will be coming around their guard after that.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's got pretty tight ice though, so he may just trying to play this soft and roll to the rings on the other side. Okay, so
did that grab or something?
Well, he looked very tight to me, but I think you're right. I think that might have grabbed something. Because this isn't much weight on this at all.
No, you have to sweep it out.
Yeah, he's gonna get her through, but yeah.
Just another quick update. Ontario has stolen 4. They're up 8-0 on Newfoundland and Labrador, and with a win, if they win that game, Ontario would secure 3rd spot in Pool B and dash New Brunswick and Northern Ontario's hopes of making the playoffs.
Yeah.
I know the boys in New Brunswick are out there trying hard. You're talking to them last night, and they were 2-3, and I said 3-3 sounds better than 2-4, and they said exactly. So we're going for the win tomorrow to be 3-3. So.
Yeah, there you go. Eh?
Yeah.
And they got a tough break in their first game. Eh?
Exactly. Yeah.
So it shows you how quick it can turn, right?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, they played very well against this BC team too.
Yeah. Yes, they've had some good games. They had one soft game they played against Saskatchewan, and talked to Trevor after the game, and he says we weren't even good enough to leave dirt in the ice tonight. So he took it in the right light. They had a little laugh and a smile, and we both grilled him, and a very, very nice guy, great representative for the province.
Yeah, exactly, Joe.
Yeah, just a gentleman out there.
Yeah.
And now we see another rock walking over, big time. So I don't know if it was a release on those two, but
I'm not sure.
Both those stones just came straight dead across, and I don't see them going down and cleaning the sheet.
No.
So they're not making it look like it was a pick. Sometimes when you see something grab something and go on you and on his first rock, I thought he may have been a little in. I didn't know about the second one, but they really did seem just.
They're not acting natural normal for sure. They're going.
Yeah. We'll have to watch. Maybe Dave might have just a little what we call a lazy hand, or just a little less rotation than some of the other guys too. And we notice that affecting the slower takeouts and the draws more than the upweight stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
They look like they pick, but I think they're just grinding hard.
Just a correction on one of the scores I gave it earlier. I said 3-1 for Prince Edward. It's actually 3-2 now for the Yukon.
Okay, so that's quite a turn of events.
Yeah, that's people at home that were wondering how it happened, especially with the online scoring. They can look and they're wondering if a mistake was made on the online score. No, it was made by me.
Well, we were trying to be quick to get that out to you, and with all the guys standing in front of the scoreboard.
Yes, it's hard to see sometimes.
Yeah.
I heard the 3-1 part right.
Yeah. So that'd be like throwing 50%, wouldn't it?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So you can see that rock's popped a little bit out the other side. So the mate for Saskatchewan is trying to hit that and possibly roll over towards second shot, or.
It's got nice weight, Joe.
Yeah, these guys.
That's nice.
They throw that nice tender stuff.
Yeah, they do so.
And they throw it well. Look at that. Hit. Mission accomplished. Look at that.
Very nice shot.
There you go. And Dave there is giving the big high five to the other David. David Squared. He pulled him out well on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big thanks, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and he might be getting him a gold sudsy one for that one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I don't think he could see any of that rock, could he?
Yeah, I would say, maybe an inch. Yeah. Like it was on that side of it, but not by much.
Yeah.
But what we've seen him throw that lovely quiet weight and do a lot with it.
Yeah.
You don't have to knock them in two.
We're down to skip rocks here, Joe.
Yeah, first skip rocks in the end, and Corey's brought his weight down.
That is very nice weight too.
Yeah, it looks like it's curling pretty hard, so we'll see what they get off this. spun it
got
back.
He got it out.
He spun it out, yeah. So
That's
again,
a nice, very nice shot.
Yeah,
Some great curling going on here.
Yeah, got a nice little inside flip on that too. Not dead behind, but I don't think you see any air to get a roll in behind. So Saskatchewan's just decided that that's a little too good. Maybe we'll just try and put the pressure right back on. You're making them think anyway.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And pretty sure Corey feels that he's, on this end, the way it's running, he's probably going to have to throw a draw on his last one. So
he might just throw one down, and it might bring two into play.
Yeah. And get a little feel. He doesn't like the look of that situation at all.
Yeah, that's what he's elected to do. I think that's the right call too, Joe.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you can get the feel for the second shot, and we saw Corey make one of those dead cold, and that's all well and good, but got to make yourself as comfortable as you can out there.
Exactly, yeah.
So one thing nice about those quiet weight takeouts too is it's probably easier to come back to draw weight, you find.
Yes, yeah.
The boys are working this one hard, hard. And a little rack on the front, so and I'm not sure he would have made the rings with that.
No, I'm like you, Joe. I think I think it was plain light, Joe. I think he wouldn't have made the rings if he gets by.
Yeah.
I know one thing. It's his last draw is going to be tough with those three guards out front and trying to find a place to get around them.
Yeah, I know BC looked at going through there, and now they're looking at just chipping off their own. I think they don't want to disturb those three, and they don't want to show them a pass. So if they could get across that and get a little flip ins somewhere where they're not openly exposed, or just stop it straight back.
Yeah, exactly.
Now he has to come through that picket fence he's got up there. Now there's lots of room between the rocks, but the way that they're grabbing and running, it's mission accomplished to hold them to one anyway. Right?
Yeah, for sure, yeah. And
when you don't have that hammer, it's you always just want to hold to one, and anything that happens else is a bonus. And they're going to make Saskatchewan take one this end. So I think we've got a really entertaining game going on here.
Yeah, for sure, Joe. And I think Saskatchewan's going to be happy to score one here too.
Yes, sir. Yeah, they can't be comfortable with what's out front, but I think you're going to see them probably throw that same draw because they know their port. And you can see that BC's all over this. The weight looks nice, and nice little tap back here. They don't want to push it exposed if they can help it. Yeah, and if he didn't have that weight, he would have had line trouble. So. Yeah,
and if he had the weight was good to push it to the forefoot, just had to hit a little less of it.
Yeah. So now Corey's got to make one. He's got just a full 8 foot. He's seen this line. He's probably pretty comfortable with what he's doing. And we've got about a 2.5 rock width there to get it through. Two rocks maybe.
It's
tighter than he wants it, but
this is a tough draw.
Yes, it is. What do you think about playing that other red rock on the other side?
I think I'd be going, that would be the direction I'd be heading, Joe. Just to play the same shot BC played, except hope it curls so you can rub off the red and roll into the 8 foot. This is a very, very tough draw.
Yeah. Probably not so much the weight, but the line, eh?
Yeah. It's not curling yet.
Should start to take the curl now, but he's throwing a lot more on this, and I think you're right, Dodie. It's just stayed out there on him.
Yeah. And the steal of 3 for British Columbia, and they will be up 4-2 after 4 ends. And we're taking a 5-minute break, Joe.
Yeah.
So we'll be back in 5 minutes.
That's why I just wanted to bring it up, because I thought, Jesus, I'd be
togetherness, strength. Our games begin with a handshake and a kind word. We congratulate our opponents when they make a good shot. We remain silent when they falter. We even call our own fouls. When we win, we celebrate with modesty, with humility. We own our mistakes. When defeated, we concede without shame. Win or lose, we hug with abandon, because we genuinely care about our fellow athletes. Curling doesn't discriminate. The ice doesn't judge. It adapts. It accepts. Curling isn't a book to be judged by its cover. On these sheets, everyone is on the same page. It's what's on the inside that counts. The path to victory isn't always smooth. We use friction as an advantage and adversity as an opportunity. The battle is within ourselves, to improve, to advance. We dream big. We play with heart. We focus on these circles and imagine podiums in far-off places. Curling is what the world needs right now. Connection to one another, one team, one community. Curling is more than a sport. It's a lifestyle, a philosophy, a movement, a belief in self, in kindness, in good health, and in good fun. Supported by a passionate community steeped in tradition and united in pride. In a game of inches, every move counts. Are you ready to make yours? The support of the curling community makes it possible for thousands of kids across Canada to follow their dreams, on and off the ice. Thank you for giving generously. Curling teaches as much about life as it does about sport. Club, team, house, lead, rock. These are the words of our sport, words we embody, powerful words, words that speak to everything we represent: respect, togetherness, strength. Our games begin with a handshake and a kind word. We congratulate our opponents when they make a good shot. We remain silent when they falter. We even call our own fouls. When we win, we celebrate with modesty, with humility. We own our mistakes. When defeated, we concede without shame. Win or lose, we hug with abandon, because we genuinely care about our fellow athletes. Curling doesn't discriminate. The ice doesn't judge. It adapts. It accepts. Curling isn't a book to be judged by its cover. On these sheets, everyone is on the same page. It's what's on the inside that counts. The path to victory isn't always smooth. We use friction as an advantage and adversity as an opportunity. The battle is within ourselves, to improve, to advance. We dream big. We play with heart. We focus on these circles and imagine podiums in far-off places. Curling is what the world needs right now. Connection to one another, one team, one community. Curling is more than a sport. It's a lifestyle, a philosophy, a movement, a belief in self, in kindness, in good health, and in good fun. Supported by a passionate community steeped in tradition and united in pride. In a game of inches, every move counts. Are you ready to make yours? The support of the curling community makes it possible for thousands of kids across Canada to follow their dreams, on and off the ice. Thank you for giving generously. Curling teaches as much about life as it does about sport. Club, team, house, lead, rock. These are the words of our sport, words we embody, powerful words, words that speak to everything we represent: respect, togetherness, strength. Our games begin with a handshake and a kind word. We congratulate our opponents when they make a good shot. We remain silent when they falter. We even call our own fouls. When we win, we celebrate with modesty, with humility. We own our mistakes. When defeated, we concede without shame. Win or lose, we hug with abandon, because we genuinely care about our fellow athletes. Curling doesn't discriminate. The ice doesn't judge. It adapts. It accepts. Curling isn't a book to be judged by its cover. On these sheets, everyone is on the same page. It's what's on the inside that counts. The path to victory isn't always smooth. We use friction as an advantage and adversity as an opportunity. The battle is within ourselves, to improve, to advance. We dream big. We play with heart. We focus on these circles and imagine podiums in far-off places. Curling is what the world needs right now. Connection to one another, one team, one community. Curling is more than a sport. It's a lifestyle, a philosophy, a movement, a belief in self, in kindness, in good health, and in good fun. Supported by a passionate community steeped in tradition and united in pride. In a game of inches, every move counts. Are you ready to make yours? The support of the curling community makes it possible for thousands of kids across Canada to follow their dreams, on and off the ice. Thank you for giving generously. Curling teaches as much about life as it does about sport. Club, team, house, lead, rock. These are the words of our sport, words we embody, powerful words, words that speak to everything we represent: respect, togetherness, strength. Our games begin with a handshake and a kind word. We congratulate our opponents when they make a good shot. We remain silent when they falter. We even call our own fouls. When we win, we celebrate with modesty, with humility. We own our mistakes. When defeated, we concede without shame. Win or lose, we hug with abandon.
Right.
Yeah, and Skip yelled right away, like right out of his hand. So might have been just a touch tight there.
That's kind of an indicator when the skip yells right away that he might be a little inside.
Yeah, he's got the best view. So boys are going to play another one of those soft weight takeouts and disturb things in the rings a little bit. And a much better turnout for David. He doesn't want to roll out completely, and oh yeah, got the curl back in, I think.
Yeah, we can't
see that side of the sheet, but from up here it looks like he's biting.
Yeah, I agree with you, Joe. It looks like I mean.
Because of the overhang of the rock, and yeah, they're saying, like, do we want to hit that or do we want to
draw around?
Yeah, come around. So the indication of the hit, for sure it's on.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to come around though.
Yeah, they're going to ignore it and get another one in there. That rock, British Columbia's rock's in a pretty good spot. If they can guard it out.
Well, we know with this one they can get the second guard on and make it so that it won't be able to be removed if they can hook the two guards, but then if the two guards are too close together, we're going to see lots of red flag.
Yeah, you're going to get a peel, double peel, and then that little biter might come into play.
Yeah. Well, I think if you do see a double peel, I think that little biter
But it's gone. Yeah, he'll switch strategy to then.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Going to protect that 2-point lead for as long as you can.
That's a really nice shot too.
Yeah, it came around lovely. They're laying 2 now, and they're just going to try and hit that and flop to the side. There's nice patience being shown here.
Yeah.
And one of the things we talked about a little earlier in the week was some of the teams playing without a lot of patience, making the move or going in very, very early. And it's nice to see this. It's kind of a mature way to play the game. You're going to give yourself as much time as you can, or as much chance as you can to get the deuce.
This is another nice looking shot, Joe. He's
got by,
wow.
and we're going to see that nice little flop. And
now it's getting scary.
Well, it takes away that chance at the draw around to hook yourself, and pretty hard to hit this and not set up something for Saskatchewan.
That was a nice shot from David Schmerber. That one.
Yeah.
I don't think he could see. Again, you had a better angle than me. I don't know how much
he could probably see quarter of the rock.
Oh, quarter of the rock.
But got lots of curl going by the guard. Once he got by the guard, he curled and hit probably 3/4.
Yeah.
Curled half a rock.
With the nice weight he hung around, the shooter hung around, which is huge.
Yeah. And I'm sure BC now on this one here, the ideal thing to do to roll back where you were, but they don't want to set up a double. And you can see that it's coming in for the roll. When with these lively rings, we're going to see what we get. But yeah, that
was a danger, right?
Yeah. Then now with the double sitting there, I would almost like to have hit, maybe gotten a little turn out and rolled in front of the yellow.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been maybe a better call.
Well, you do want to guard against the deuce, but
do you think that top red one, if he needs to double, will fly under that biter?
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't know about flying under, but he might be able to turn a little bit of it in under.
No, I mean like the red rock will go over and kill the biter. I mean.
Oh, I see. I don't think so. I think it's going to hit it too thin.
Underneath, okay, yeah. So now the biter's in play.
Yeah, that was the danger of leaving it there.
Yeah.
And there's no wrong call. I do know that if I was standing down there, the yellow rock would be gone. When I'm up 2.
Up 2, yeah.
I think score dictates the play sometimes.
A lot of times you got to play the scoreboard.
Yeah, and I think up 2, I think I wouldn't have been comfortable making the play that they did. Yeah. I would have really liked to it would have been yellow. Get the yellow out.
Yeah. Well, I guess the good thing is it was a team decision. BC.
Yes, absolutely.
They all bought in. So that's what we want to do. And
nothing wrong with the call at all. Nothing wrong with the call. Yeah. And these guys know their strengths. Exactly.
Yeah. Because hitting that biter can be a little bit tricky too. So
I think we're going to see a nose hit here, or a little outside flop, and that's not bad. It makes the double really tough. And BC just has to run and try and get a little flip and under.
Yeah.
Need a little help.
Again, I'm just wondering if that hit and roll, he might catch that biter going through also.
Yes, I think to get the double, you're going to probably roll under the corner guard, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, because the house is some lively. So again, a nice throw, a nice weight. See the guys on and off it, and they're starting to scrub her a bit there now. So. Halfway in the twixt and the tween.
Yeah. Middle of no man's land. Great effort.
And you can see where that rolled under. If they had gotten the roll behind the yellow, the double would have been on.
Would have been there, yeah.
Yeah. Because all you have to do is breathe on that one over on the side.
Yeah, exactly. I just had a tickler going by and it was out.
Yeah. And a hit and roll in behind now will give BC something to think about, because you don't want to risk giving a 3 back.
No, exactly.
And a nice hit and roll here, and I think you're going to see them guarantee a deuce. So the boys are working that hard.
It looks pretty good, Joe.
Yeah, but it looks like a nose to me, though.
Yeah.
So that makes it a little easier for Cody here. Takes the tough part of the decision out of the way anyway.
Yeah.
And he'd take a flop behind either guard.
Yeah, he has that option, doesn't he?
Yeah, either roll will take the shooter out of play, and I think if he does roll either way, unless it's a really good roll, I think you're going to see Corey chase it, because it'd be nice to get this back to even. He's got a little flick.
Wow.
Look at just off it just a little more. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, called them on and off, on and off. So we have an open hit here for 2. And we've seen this throw twice already now.
Yeah,
this end.
yeah. Right. They should know the ice for sure.
Yeah, that'll give Corey a little confidence. He's just thrown the rock. He's trying to get the flip under, but he'd take that nose hit right now.
Yeah, the nose hit is all he needs here for his 2.
So a little more weight and a little more handle, but I think he's okay. He's starting to come up a bit now.
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, he's going to hit that.
There's the roll.
There's the dead on roll. Yeah, absolutely. So now we are tied up at 4-4. A nice end played by both teams, and it just shows you how quickly it can turn.
Yeah, one shot, eh?
Yeah.
The double, and that was it.
Yeah. So, folks, if you're just tuning into us here, we're at the Travelers Curling Championship, the 2018 Travelers Curling Championship. This is a club championship. It's for both men's and ladies. The sponsors are Travelers Insurance is the major sponsor, and then it's also sponsored by Curl Canada, the City of Miramichi, Curling NB, and then we have a plethora of local sponsors on board for this year with Pizza Delight and Subway, Jet Ice, and then the town auto group with Town Ford, Town Chrysler, and Town Mazda, and Archway Insurance. So, and the province of New Brunswick. So, a big shout out to the sponsors, because of the sponsorship. That's what makes these events go. And we're being treated right now to just a dandy curling game. We've seen some really good ones all week, and this one's right there. It's almost like it's starting the game all over, but this time it's a 3-end game, and BC's got the hammer.
BC's got the hammer. All the games, Joe, are close outside of the Ontario-Newfoundland game. Every other game is tied.
Yes.
Except for New Brunswick, Northern Ontario, with New Brunswick up 3-1.
Yeah, but it looks like Ontario has a shot to tie this coming up. So they have a crack at a deuce.
Yes, they do, Joe. Northern Ontario has a chance to tie up New Brunswick in the 5th end here. An open hit for 2.
Yeah. We just have to see where Newfoundland over there snap a 10-ender to
yes.
maybe bore a few rocks off the sideboards.
I think Newfoundland's having one of those days, you know,
Yeah.
a game that's everything goes wrong and everything you try doesn't work.
Well, and 2 tough teams are playing today, 2 of the top teams in their pool. And I've seen them play. I've seen them have some really nice games. So, and seen Lauren just throw some lovely rocks. So,
yeah, he's gone to a couple of Briars representing Newfoundland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be a few years, probably, well, before Gushu arrived on the scene.
Yeah, before that.
Yeah.
So So we see a center guard, and BC's wrapped one around and put one in the umbrella. We say safer under the umbrella, but you kind of want to be on top of the umbrella.
On top of the umbrella here,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah, or in front of the umbrella. So we're going to see a game where both teams are going to go after it. It's 6 ends, an even end, and a great end for either team to score in. And a nice throw, great weight. Just a little bit of an overcurl on that. We're going to see Team BC try to just kind of freeze on top of that rock.
This is a good call, Joe. He has to.
Got to be a little patient.
Yeah.
We talked about that a little bit before.
Yeah.
Patience is a big part of this game. We've seen Team Saskatchewan be really patient in the 5th end to get their deuce. Didn't panic, didn't overthrow anything, got that nice little roll biter. And so now we're seeing Team BC do the same. They're know they can throw the shots, counting on the boys just to relax. And Mark here's just going to try and throw one in there and put it right on top of and a lovely, Lily, you couldn't have walked that down and set it there any better. Lovely throw.
We're going to have a dandy end here, Joe.
Oh, yeah, game on.
Yeah,
game on.
Yeah, there'll be lots of, I think there's going to be lots of rocks in play this end.
Yeah, and Saskatchewan's satisfied. They're squeezing everything to the middle, and we always feel the more you can squeeze it and compact the scoring area, the less chance there is for a big score against you. Now, Skip's kind of indicated that David might be out a little bit in that. And we have a little saying for this. Sometimes you get out a little wider and you get into the snowbank.
Yeah,
because this is really going to be short. So I think David got a little wide and into some fresh ice and
slowed down on it.
Yeah, just threw the parachute out a little too early.
Yeah, I'm not sure who shot. Is it Team Saskatchewan or shot Rocky? You think?
Yeah, Team Saskatchewan definitely shot. They're touching the pin.
Yeah.
We have the luxury of the overhead screens here, and just a little tricky because it's hard to see the very outside of the sheet, but but it is a nice bonus, and we have the screens downstairs for the fans too. We have quite a gallery down there, and they can see at both ends just who's on and who's counting. So BC's decided to peel, open up the Saskatchewan rock, and keep their top rock buried.
Saskatchewan skip has decided to guard again.
Yeah, right now the way it looks, it pretty much almost takes 2 shots to get rid of that Saskatchewan stone.
Yes.
Rock's coming down, and it looks like Corey's going to come out and give a hand. This has to come up a fair bit to cover that shot stone.
I think it's actually covering the right side of the stone, Joe. The only way they can get that out is to hit the red onto the yellow.
Yeah.
They're not going to get it out with the other turn. Well, maybe they could smash it if they could see enough of it.
Yeah, and you know, not a bad shot might be to get rid of the backing. Just hit it. Just hit it a little high, some soft weight, roll a little farther. You know you'd kick it over a bit into the open to the left, right?
Yeah. So, and you'd like to keep your rocket.
And you would be laying 2 and 3. They might be laying 1, but a little deeper in the 4-foot.
You have to free it up somehow, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't mind, with the stone wide open, I wouldn't mind making a little play in the house right now, because I don't think they're going to leave it open for very long. Oh, look at, they started to sweep that at the last second, thinking they might chip their own rock into the house. And now you're going to see her capped hard, boys. Go right in on that one for sure. I do think that chip shot's still there, though, and it will be on the right side. On the right side, yeah. Yeah. I think it is too, Joe, the way it curls in there. Yeah, they're dead. They're dead. It's dead rock on rock, and it might be even a little in a bit. but you do not have to move these rocks very far.
No.
So back 8-foot weight and touch a quarter of that red rock. You'll roll it off a little bit, but you'd move that off the butt.
Yeah, because that rock, they can't outdraw it right now.
No. She's socked in there for sure. So David was a little lighter than he might have wanted to be. They were calling that in the house, but anything out in front, unless you can skinny that other guard, you're looking at. So the boys are looking at a double peel here, with the rock staggered slightly.
Yeah.
And you'd have to just hit about a quarter of that or a little better, and I think they'd both go.
Yeah, they would. And I don't think they touch anything going through, right? No, they should not.
Nah, not if you hit that
properly, yeah.
Yeah, if you hit it fairly thick, you might get it run back. And really, having it run back in and get rid of that back red wouldn't be a horrible thing.
No, no, exactly.
Vic's coming out. Let that one go. They're on it right away, so it might be a little tight. And it looks like he's going to touch the longer.
He's going to get the high one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting end so far, Joe. It's
yes.
Kind of a cat and mouse game here right now. And,
yeah. And Saskatchewan sees the threat of that tick.
Yeah.
And so they're going to try and get a guard off the center line and somewhere into that path, somewhere just inside that Tim Hortons Cup we can see up there.
Exactly, yeah. Even he's...
We just got a little atmosphere up here. There.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
It always scares me because we've had so many power failures lately, and when the lights go out, you wonder if it's a power failure. But
yeah, with winds we've had in the area
and
over
the
the last few weeks and snow, we've had some big power outages right across the province.
Yeah, no, it's been a crazy November in New Brunswick for weather.
Yes, we had our last snow this year, the 23rd of May, and here we are. We got our first snow the 24th of October. So
yeah, no, it's and it's here to stay.
Yeah, it is here to stay now. Yeah, we've had some fairly cold weather. I was saying I was to a soccer game 2 years ago on the 14th of November, and it was 16 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah, so here we are 2 years later, and it's yesterday the 20th. It was -10 was the high with a -25 wind chill.
Yeah.
One thing about the weather on the Miramichi, it always gives you something to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You don't want to talk about your neighbors, you can talk about the
weather.
So that almost looked like a pick because he was dead on that.
Yeah, he just slid off
just
it. Yeah.
Went sideways.
He might be able to run that in, Joe.
I would be so tempted. I'd be very tempted to run that in. But he likes to. I think he might save that for himself.
Uh-huh.
I think that's probably a very much a strength of Cody's.
Yeah.
And maybe not so much a Vic, but the teams know themselves, right?
Yeah.
And this is out a little better than the last one, and looks like he's going to move some yellows here now. Yes, sir. Like I said, that didn't hurt.
Yeah,
moving that off. That was a
bonus, right?
Yeah, we'd have to get. That'd be a 5-pointer.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
that's be a 5-pointer. There was nothing wrong with that throw.
And he cleared the front off and freed up the shot rock, and now Saskatchewan has a little bit of trouble on their hands.
Yeah, they're looking to see if they can't kill both reds. I'm going to take a look at the overhead there because I think both reds. Yeah, I think that's a hook. That's a hook with shot rock. Yeah. They can't get that bomb.
No, they can't make the double, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. Unless you got maybe a little curl after you coming around.
Yeah.
The boys are taking another timeout. Timeout on sheet E, so they're gonna talk about this one because it's a
big moment in the game.
Sure it is, yeah. you don't want to leave them with an open hit for the 2, and yeah, I think that's going to be all the discussion. Do we hit this? Can we make the double? Will we lose? Will we lose both yellows? So it's. I can tell Corey really wants to take a run at it.
Yeah, he's.
I don't think guarding now is an option because you can't guard both stones.
No. I think he has to make sure he get another rock in the rings, so something he can use maybe with his next one also.
Yeah.
I think unfortunately for Team Saskatchewan, if anything he does moving rocks, if he's not hitting, if he's playing something soft, he's going to leave a double.
Yes. Yeah.
If he's playing a straight hit, then he won't leave a double because he'll get the red rock out. But if he plays something tap rock back, he's going to leave a double.
I think he's thinking that maybe the double is there on the reds. Like he's really looking at it.
Yeah.
It's if it's there, it's just there. So the boys have made up their mind. It looks like they're going to try. They're definitely hitting the red, and it looks like they're thinking maybe we can feather that through. Worst case scenario is just hitting and rolling out, I think, on this one.
Yeah.
Because I think then you give BC the chance to hit and maybe flop behind that top yellow.
Bring the 2 into play.
Absolutely.
You just saw a nice control weight, Joe.
Yeah, again, we haven't seen this man overthrow anything. And the boys are working on it all the way. I think that back yellow is, oh, look at that, nice little tick, and I think you do get a jam now on the double.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
You may get a jam on that double. So
they didn't look very long at it, Joe, so maybe they don't see that maybe happening.
You will get a little drag, so that yellow rock is going to go back a little straighter than you'd think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there will be a little drag. Not as much because it's probably a good foot in between the rocks, but you may get a little bit of drag, and maybe that's what they're counting on, Daddy.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think this was going to be coming very slow.
No. You definitely see the broom put right in on the side of the rock, and something tells me that, yeah, you won't be able to talk too much about this shot on the way down. So it looks like they're trying the old directional sweep and trying to get that to come up some. And made the double and got the roll. So there's a pistol. There's a pistol.
There's a 5-pointer.
Yeah.
That was a great shot.
Yeah, leaves Corey nothing but the freeze on shot stone. And he didn't hesitate as soon as that shot was made. I think he felt that was made before it was thrown. So
yeah.
And the little drag did keep that back rock off of the jam.
Yeah.
So well read by the boys from BC. And game on again.
Yeah. This could be a big turning point in the game. If this is not made properly, BC will have a chance for another 3-ender.
Yes.
And now they're going to rediscuss the. Now he's going to try to play a freeze on the one around the guard.
There's no bad call here.
No.
You make either shot and you're
in good shape.
Yeah, I think what his feeling must be is if I can get this around, show him a little bit. If he picks me out, it's just a deuce.
Yeah.
If I do miss a freeze, it's a 3.
It's a 3-ender.
Yeah, it's a dead-on 3.
Yeah,
so.
as long as he's cornered on this red rock, it holds it to a max of 2 points.
Yeah.
They're just they're sweeping it.
Yeah, I don't. And they're definitely sweeping for weight. It's coming over hard. Now we see the boys get an offer. Let's see what kind of finish they get. They don't want to. Look at that. So
beautiful shot.
Yeah, well done. Well done. Well done.
I think he has to play yellow.
Yeah, he hasn't. That's his first indication, and I think you're right, Doughty. This played well. I think right in the nose gives him a deuce.
Is in the douche, yeah.
And great throw from Corey.
That was a
gutsy call, and like we said, even if BC does make this, the most they can get is a deuce. Whereas the back freeze, well swept for the boys. They got on it early and then realized, okay, she's moving along, and they backed off.
Well judged.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if that'd be another 5 or not.
Oh yeah,
boy, that was a pistol.
And we don't give away 5s easily either, so it's definitely a 5.
Yeah, we're spending them like
we're getting rid of them.
We're spending like the girls out on Black Friday right now.
Right on. Well, this is the last day for the curling, so the regular for playoffs.
So the boys are on this.
This is close.
It's very close.
Oh,
look at just.
Still pretty good result.
Yeah, got the one. Look at I tell you, that was
bad luck, but BC still scored a point.
They were on that sweep, and really they just had to get off it just a touch, cross it just a hair, and they get their. They don't jam. So
yeah,
great try, great play. So Jody, once again, it might be nice to see what's going on across the sheets.
Okay, starting on sheet A, Ontario and Newfoundland are just shaking hands after the 6th end. It's 12-0 for Ontario, and Ontario has clinched 3rd spot in Pool B. PEI in the Yukon, it's 4-3 for Prince Edward Island, playing in the 6th end. And in the 7th end of another big game for first place in Pool A is it's 4-4 Manitoba, Nova Scotia, and I can't see who has the hammer. Manitoba has the hammer, playing 7.
Yeah.
Alberta and Quebec, it's 5-3 for Alberta. That game is a winner gets 3rd spot in Pool A. And that's 5-3 Alberta, and Quebec has the hammer. And our host New Brunswick team
down 4-3 with.
Down 4-3 with.
Trevor had a tough one there. He had 2 buried, 1 back button, 1 top 4, and he cut out 2 other counters. 1 was top 8, and 1 was he just came to the edge of the 4. So that was. That's about as good as Corey could do, as Trevor could do there. That was a tough
there was 3 of them in the line.
Yeah.
Had to make the triple to score.
Yeah, and they tried to come around the side. So we see center guard from BC and Saskatchewan going around. The boys are still playing aggressive. One thing nice about this game, there's been lots of rocks every end pretty much. They've gone for it, both teams.
Yes, they have so, Joe. They've been really treating the fans here to a well-curled match.
Yeah. Skips show great confidence in the throw. I'm not afraid to throw anything at all.
No, for sure.
Yeah. And we've seen this with Manitoba and Nova Scotia too. So the 2 teams that are battling out in each section for the top spot, and a couple of those teams that are just behind them. We've seen some great throwing from these teams. Very good consistency top to bottom.
Just an update on the Nova Scotia game. It was 4-4, but they've just marked up a steal of 1 in the 6th end, so it's 5-4 now for Nova Scotia, and Manitoba has the hammer. The score they hadn't marked up to 1 point.
Okay.
So it's Nova Scotia up 5-4. Manitoba has a hammer, playing 7.
You don't lose any percentage points on that though. They're a little late hanging that score.
That's right.
Because we were well over halfway through the next end.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. So now we see Saskatchewan trying to get around the front. You're going to see a little rock.
And that rock's in the free guard zone. If BC can get it out, it'll be replaced. That was a nice tick.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. What a tick it was.
Yeah.
A little different setup here now. You may see BC come to it or play the back rock, and might see our first blank.
Yes. I don't think Team Saskatchewan would mind a blank.
No, they wouldn't mind coming back down one width. But BC doesn't like that idea much either, so we can see them coming here now. It's one of those things, if they do give up the deuce, they're coming home down one width, or that's one of the biggest debates in curling.
Yeah. I think you had to have a team philosophy of what you want, what situation you'd like to be in.
So the boys put that top back button, so looks like Team Saskatchewan's going to try and run through the double and lie two. So,
ooh, just missed that double, Joe.
Yeah, he little full on that one, and never came up. They never put a brush down. So.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of directional sweeping in this game.
Yes, the boys are trying to use that. So. So again, the games that are left are nice and tight right across. And
yeah, the biggest difference in scores are 2 points. Everything else is a 1 point game.
And that rock must have picked. It got halfway down, and the boys just give it the big boot.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think either it picked or it got burnt, one or the other, but they weren't long firing it into the backboard. So unfortunate. Sometimes things like that happen.
Yeah, that's the breaks of the game sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes they'll rub against you, and sometimes they'll rub with you. So yeah.
Just as you suggested, Joe, the blank might be coming into play here now.
Yeah, and we both know that for sure Team Saskatchewan won't feel real bad about that. They've shown that they can score and they know how to score. They've got a couple of deuces already, and
yeah, we're down to third rocks now. I think they'll just hit this end out now, and
it'll be game on coming home.
Yes.
And we always say that. We always feel that's one of the biggest debates in curling, being up one without or down one with.
Yeah, just I know myself personally, I always like to be ahead, but some teams would rather be down one with them.
I've seen them talk a lot about that in the Pinty's curling championships, and actually the advantage goes to the team that's down one.
That has the last rock.
That has the last rock. It's something like 57%. Not a huge advantage, but something like 57% or so. So, and curling at that level has become such a percentages type of game, right? So we're seeing. They go out and play the numbers, and they know what they are, too.
Yeah.
And we have the big events coming up. We have the Scotties this year east in Sydney at the in Sydney, Nova Scotia, and I think you'll see a good crew there for that. They have a lovely facility there, and the Briar this year is out in Manitoba in Brandon, so I know all curling fans will be they'll be glued right to the TVs for that TSN. So it's at Center 200 in Sydney, and then out in Brandon it's Westover place. And I know for myself, I will be out there for the week enjoying the game. So.
Yes, you're going to visit Patrick, but the games are going to get in the way, are they?
Yeah, well, you know. Well, if Patrick wants to visit us, I guess he's
exactly.
To come and see a few games. So.
No, you guys have a great trip. There's 4 years going.
Yes, we went to Newfoundland to see Gushu play, and I know we saw you there. It's when it comes east, most of us curlers and ex-curlers, we like to get out and support it. So we'll come back. We're all hoping around here that Moncton would have got it, but that's okay. I know Brandon will put on a great bar, and those are some fine events.
Yes, they definitely are. Actually, Leroy Burns and Les Underhill are going too, so there's going to be 6 Miramichiers at the Briar. So
yeah, you always see Leroy poking his head out somewhere or other there over there.
And one of our local curlers, Jordan Pinder, is playing with Grant Ottershaw, and who knows? They finished runner-up last year in the province, so they might be out there with you.
Yeah, they'll take a run at it. We'll be rooting for NB anyway, but
exactly,
it's nice to have a local lad involved. But different this year now too, just like last year. They'll have that wild card game on Friday night, and we're getting in good and early Friday. So
you get the wild card game.
Yeah, we'll be there to take that in. Have a couple of pops Friday night and be good to go on Saturday morning.
Yeah, exactly. No, it'll be a great trip out there.
And the nice thing about Brandon is you can keep the pops cold just by setting them outside your door. So.
Oh, is that, yeah, built-in freezer.
Yeah, right there, absolutely. So, like we said, we're seeing what we thought. Going to peel out the end and take a runner coming home. We're into the skips. First rocks, Cody threw his top 4. We're going to see Corey hit this. Make Cody throw a takeout, and then
hope to blind,
and then a peel.
Yeah.
So once again, we see Corey just throw that nice controlled weight.
Yeah, he has beautiful control weight on his hits.
Yes.
He can throw the big ones when he has to, but
yeah, he throws that. We call that kind of stick around weight, and you're going to see Cody try and do the same here, and at least make him make the peel.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So the boys are working that one hard.
Working it really hard.
Yeah,
he's okay.
Yeah, he's fine. Yeah. Not overthrown. And the game's moving right along, so both teams are going to have lots of time to finish.
Yeah, there's no time issues at all, is there?
No.
Over 6 minutes each.
Yeah.
So.
Looking right across, there's not a time issue on any of the sheets. So
no.
Good to see. Nobody likes to win on something like that, and we did have that happen this week. Ladies team from Newfoundland just got caught, and
yes.
Yeah, but something. It's part of the game now. You're being timed, so you have to take care of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And they did have lots of time earlier in the game, so here comes the peel. The boys are jumping her hard, and not a problem. Quarter of the rock, and going to flip right through. Yeah. So our feature game, it's going to be game on, coming back down.
Yeah, exactly. It's just BC team was just talking what they wanted to do with their first rock, I believe, and we'll see what the indication is.
I think you made a really good comment before, Dodie, about saying, it's a team decision. They talked about it.
Yeah.
And then everybody's comfortable. So we see the indication is they're going to go right top 4 foot. And
see what Team Saskatchewan wants to do with it.
Yeah, I think they know for sure that if they had thrown this out front, Team Saskatchewan would be walking right around it right away. So it looks like we're going to see rock top 4, and I would be shocked if we didn't see
a corner guard.
Yeah.
Might even see 2 of them.
Yeah, and it looks like Mark's a little light on this. So
Well,
it's one of those things that the boys don't really feel too bad about that either, because that's the other call.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was either or.
And so that'll just change the whole dictation of the way BC's going to play this end. You're going to see them have to start to chase it right away.
Yeah, the BC team doesn't look too stressed. They were still smiling after that shot, so that's nice to see.
Yeah, I think we both kind of felt that the discussion there would have been go in or go in front.
Or be out front.
And neither shot or neither call is wrong. It's whatever you're comfortable with, and the boys did want to go in, but both teams here know how to play the game.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
So the boys are trying to go around this right away, and
they jumped this right from his hand, Joe.
Yeah, they were working her hard. So,
and that's a really nice shot.
Yeah, it's a pistol, top 12, 3/4 buried, and boys are going to be calm here.
Wow,
we're into the play. They just you see the boys are going for a steal. They're not going for an extra end now.
No. It's an aggressive call, because I think he can see a piece of it, could he not?
Yeah, he could. But then you give him a chance to make it better, and maybe they're thinking, well, okay, we're into this now. And they won't mind a corner freeze on this, or they don't really want to bump and rub off. So
they want to be locked on there.
Yeah, see them just letting it stop down, and yeah, just probably about a foot or so too long.
Just bumped it into the open though, and
yeah. So we see Saskatchewan's looking at maybe splitting or just coming in on top of their rock, and we are going to see lots of rocks in play this end. See the last leads rocks coming down here on this end. This is where they're looking at playing either just across the face or a little split tap, and has to curl a little bit, but it's walking over now for them. Yeah, and mission accomplished. He got across the face of that.
Yeah.
Really walked over right at the end. Really cool.
That really nice, quiet, perfect draw weight.
So BC is looking at pushing that rock back and back forward, and we have 4 rocks thrown and 4 rocks in play. So both teams are going after it here.
This one's a little tight on line, Joe.
Yeah, they're getting on it. Yeah. But it is by, though.
All right.
So nice little chip out. They must have felt that was a little bit more of a danger rock.
Yeah.
Little banter amongst the boys in the house there.
Yeah, they're having a little chuckle.
Lots of camaraderie. I don't know what was going on there, but lots of camaraderie going on over here.
Yeah. The Quebec-Alberta game in Pool A, with the winner getting 3rd spot. Alberta is ahead 5-4, playing in the 8th end and holding the hammer. Quebec, the team out of Trois-Rivières, is going to have to steal this end to force an extra.
all hands to the pump on that one.
Yeah.
So the boys are playing that split again. And the weight looks pretty nice.
Might have just been a tad heavy, Joe, right?
Just a tad, yeah. I think they were looking to cross that, Doty.
Yeah, I think so, Joe. And
so they're dead behind cover, and I think they're actually just laying 1 and 3. So BC's laying 2 and 4.
Yeah, or even 2 and 3.
2 and 3, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 and 4. You're right.
Yeah,
that's what I meant to say.
Okay,
so.
yeah.
Late in the day.
Late in the day, yeah.
So we just see them going to try and come around, just set something on top of this. And boys are just on and off. Looks like it's there on its own.
Yeah, and it's got to curl some more.
Yeah, you can see it walking over. Just a little. Even though it got to it, still just a little hot because if they could have put the brushes on that, extended the girdle, I think they would have got awfully close to the shot stone. So, game on this end for sure now. The boys have...
That was a lovely shot there, Joe. And
come right around.
Yeah.
The boys have come right around. So, nice throw. And I do think that run back is there.
Yeah, that short run back on the Red Rock in the top 12.
Yeah, and you don't have to get both those out. Kill one of them.
There's the raised Red Rock will probably still be in play.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if a double's there. I don't know if they can get close enough to the nose of that with weight to do it. But they don't need the double.
No, just make sure one of them gets out of there for sure.
And they would love to just leave that Red Rock right in front of the yellow. Boys are working at getting it by, and they are by.
Looks pretty good, Joe.
Yes, dandy.
Nice
and
shot.
They're going to get a little spin on that. See how far they get it. So
nice shot.
Yeah. Open still low for them to lay 2. Saskatchewan to lay 2, but the situation improved a bit for sure. So this will be an interesting end. Saskatchewan has another chance to lay 2 again. Have a measure over on sheet C to see whether it's Nova Scotia up 2 or a tie game coming back down.
Yeah, man, I looked over. Manitoba was playing some kind of a run through it. It looked like a very difficult shot, and this one is going to rub off.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see BC has a chance at shooting a double and laying 3.
Yeah.
All's not lost for Saskatchewan, though. They still have that rock out front, and
they still got 3 rocks to come after this one.
Yeah, there's lots of rocks to play yet. So the deuce is on. Nothing too threatening out there for them. So Vic put some pepper on this one, and coming down, he's going to make solid contact, but when we see them working that really hard. He has to get it back. And yeah, great sweep. They're laying 2. So we see BC laying 1 and 2.
And well spread out, Joe.
Yeah,
so
yeah, and the Saskatchewan team's laying 3. That just curled a little bit on him.
Yeah.
He got them on it right away, so he must have been just a touch inside, but that good big weight held it for that shot.
As you said earlier, Joe, the rings are quite lively too. So
Yeah,
that rock rolled a long way.
I guess it did. I thought that the other red shot that is that rolled over and is just completely full 12-foot might have outcounted them. I thought they were going to sit 3.
Yeah, I did too for a minute.
Yeah, so a little bit of a bad breakdown. This one here from Saskatchewan seems to be holding out, and they're trying to roll over into the corner here. So you see Team Saskatchewan is laying 2 and 3, and Team BC is shot rock. So I think you're going to see the boys come around here. It's given them a chance to apply a fair bit of pressure here. And they'll have to watch that they don't bring this too big and set up a double off of that.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And we know these guys are cognizant of what's going on. They're not going to.
The measure on ice 3, Nova Scotia Manitoba, was for a steal, and actually Nova Scotia stole 2.
Ooh.
They're up 7-4, playing the last stand. Manitoba has hammer, and that game is for first place in Pool A. This is getting nervous time for BC with Saskatchewan counting 2 and 3.
Yes, they have to put this in. You see the guys are on it. They're by the guard. Now this is just all about weight. They want a little piece of the 8, and they'd like to be as much behind that front as they can. They want to take any chance of a double at a play, and well placed.
Well,
no double there. And it poked. Did it poke out the other side?
Just a hair, enough that he can.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to.
Going to be able to group the rocks here.
Yeah, exactly. Roll over on top of the red one.
And we've seen him play that nice soft weight all day, so I would be shocked if he threw anything at this.
Yeah, I don't expect him to overthrow this one. No,
not at all.
No.
We've seen a really good game so far, and I know Corey's pretty comfortable throwing this because he feels that there's no way there's going to be a chance of a steal in this game.
No, he's going to have a draw of the 4-foot no matter what happens here.
Yes,
so
open both sides of the sheet.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the rock's on the way, and see the boys on it and off it, and they're going at her hard because here comes the guard.
It's close. Wow.
He got her by.
He got her by right.
And the only problem with that is now it makes it a little easier for BC to hit and roll back the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think his plan was to hit and roll over that way, maybe a little.
Yeah, I think he wanted to hit just a little thinner and
a
little more on top.
Yeah. Team BC has to be careful here because if they set up the double, it would be for Saskatchewan win.
Yeah.
Another final just on ice F. Northern Ontario has defeated the host New Brunswick men's team.
Took a big steal of 3 and 7.
Yes, and the final score was 7-3. But our host team, New Brunswick, Trevor Hansen team out of the Gauge, finished with 2 wins, 4 losses. But they were competitive in every game they played.
So we see Quebec guarding for their life here, trying to set up that steal. And our rock's on the way on sheet E. Cody's throwing it down. The boys are kind of just dusting her a bit. I think they'd like to see it come up just a touch more.
They want that roll. They want that roll.
Yeah, and there's no double there now. No double there now.
I think he's. I guess he's got 2 options. But he's forced to draw or play a soft tap, and he's indicated right away the soft tap.
Yeah. So it looks like, Dodie, we're going to get a little overtime.
Overtime,
yeah. Overtime pay on this one for sure.
Yeah, this will be my second one. I'm still waiting for the check for the first one. So yeah.
It's in the mail.
Alberta's throwing the last rock against Quebec, looking at 3 yellow rocks, and he has to draw a full 4.
Yeah. So our final rock's coming down.
This looks a little further, Joe, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, they're trying to do a little of that directional sweeping. It's got to come in some. Really has to come over. It hasn't moved at all for Corey.
He might catch this one over here to hold it.
No. So it's going to be a steal for BC.
So
yeah. So that game there, we just lost the overtime.
Yes.
Now we see the rock coming in for Alberta. They're working the daylights out of it. I don't think it's getting by. So
a steal of 1. It's going to be an extra end with Quebec and Alberta.
Yeah. We're finishing up on most of the sheets now. You're seeing Team Manitoba just drawn into an open house, an open hit for the win on that sheet. And
well, congratulations to Team BC. They have finished first in Pool A. Saskatchewan, BC was 6-0. Saskatchewan finished 5-1 and are second. Team Ontario is 4-2, and they will finish third. Northern Ontario finished 3-3. New Brunswick 2-4, and Newfoundland and Labrador 1-5, and Northwest Territories 0-6. So those are our 3 playoff teams out of Pool B.
Yeah, the other pool now. It looks like this is the last throw for Team Nova Scotia. It's an open hit, so I think you're going to see Team Nova Scotia first and Manitoba second. Here comes a shot down for the open hit.
And this is
yeah, the boys are bringing the other rocks down, so that's it.
Nova Scotia has defeated Manitoba 7-4.
So they both finished 5-1. So I'm pretty sure that gives the top spot to Team Nova Scotia.
It does, yeah. The head-to-head would come into play, Joe. Yeah. So that would be Manitoba would be finished second at 5-1. Third place is still between Quebec and Alberta, who are going to play an extra end. And I think we're going to stay and do that one, Joe.
Are we going to? The extra end? Huh? The other screen? Okay.
Okay, so it's on the other stream?
Because they're PEI and Yukon.
Yeah, that's on the other stream, so you can just tell people the game's still going on.
Okay. So yeah,
sheet 2.
Sheet 2, the game is still on. There is going to be an extra end on sheet D with Alberta and Quebec, and we're signing off here now. Thanks, Dodie.
Oh, thanks, Joe.
Great game, and I hope the watchers at home and the people that came to the club tonight enjoyed it.
Yes, I'm sure they did, and we have a ladies' draw starting tonight at 7 o'clock. That'll be the last round robin game in the ladies' play, and there's lots of scenarios for the ladies' pools tonight.
We're going to flip over, Dodie, I guess, to the extra end on sheet D.
Oh, okay, then, Joe.
You see the 4.5 minutes up there for both teams, and
so we're going to stay and stream the extra end of that all-important Alberta-Quebec game.
Yeah, this is for the final playoff spot in the men's draw, and Team Alberta has the hammer. So, game on again, guys. I've seen Alberta out there already play. I haven't done a game for Quebec yet, but. Obviously, it's been a dandy. And we know for sure we're going to see the center guard come up right away on this for Team Quebec. Quebec's lead is Stéphane Roy. So here we go. boys have the first rock in play. They've got their guard.
And they're looking it over, Joe, to see if it's a biter or not, but I guess they have decided that it's...
It looks like it's in, Doty. So
it must be, looks like they're hitting it.
Yeah, they're putting the broom down, so it looks like it's in. So when you see all the teams leave, it gets a little colder out there, and sometimes the ice just picks up just that hair, right?
Exactly, yeah.
It's a little bit colder. And
then we have a
rare miss.
A rare miss for sure, Joe.
Yeah, boys are kind of shaking their heads. Maybe going for a little hit and roll for the corner guard a little too hard. And chance to throw up the long guard now. So they feel a little better. The boys got the brushes down. They're working this pretty hard.
And Skip's coming out to help, so it's...
might be a little longer guard than they wanted, but...
as long as it's over, it's okay.
In play is in play.
And they got it over.
And
that was teamwork.
Yeah, Stefan picking up saying, guys, I knew it was there all along.
Yeah. A lot of panicking going on for no reason. Yeah, exactly.
I don't get that, what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Still, it's such a long guard. It really isn't going to guard anything in the house, but it will guard a guard. So
yeah, exactly.
I think if you see this one taken off, whether they roll in or not, and they take the close guard off, you're going to see them come around and drop another one around that long guard.
Yeah, they won't make a move into the rings, I don't think, till later on in the end for sure. That long, they need a second guard. That's
so. Much nicer shot for Alberta there. A little hit and flop, and I think they're biting over on the sides.
Yeah, looking up at the screen, it looks like it. It is definitely biting. It's a counter, so that might be his saver point.
Yes. So now the Quebec skip Patrick Martin is asking Matthew Seguin to just go right around that guard and. We're trying to get the long and the short, and we see. I haven't seen too many tuck deliveries out there.
No, it's
so we do. I thought I'd see one in Manitoba, but looks like they're getting their long and short guard. Skip's got the brush down, and they put it right where the Skip wanted. So
that's perfect.
And they're perfectly lined up.
Yeah,
very nice.
Makes for a hard double peel.
No double peel there now, the way those are lined up with that kind of separation, right?
Yeah.
And it looks like we're going to an extra end over in sheet B with a big 3 back on PEI, so nobody's thrown in the towel there. Both teams aren't in playoff competition, but nobody wants to...
The pride's on the line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, pride is on the line, so...
Sometimes that's a huge motivator. So top guard peeled, and looks like we're going to see another long one.
Yeah, I suspect they'll keep throwing that second guard, Joe, until maybe get down to maybe the third's last rock, or definitely the Skip's first rock. They'll probably tuck it behind if they can keep the two up there.
Yeah, long guard's pretty tough.
Oh yeah, that's a hard one.
Game. Yeah, you're flirting with the hog line, and it's awful easy to slide those about 2 or 3 feet apart.
Yeah, that's you'll see at the world curling level of these being hogged.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be honest and say I may have hogged a few myself.
This isn't too bad. I mean,
if they can line it up dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would have swept that and tried to get a. I might even been attempted. I think you could almost froze that.
Yeah. It's still not a easy double peel, and
we have Brendan Flew throwing this one, and I've seen him play earlier, and Brendan really does like to throw the peels, and a big boy, and I'd give him the silver broom award because he can pump that brush. I'll tell you. So that curled up a little more.
Yeah,
than I
they did.
thought,
And they decided to let it cross over, and then it ended up jamming on their biter.
Yeah, so
I think Quebec's going to go now and get in there and
yeah, they're into mate's first rock.
right on.
Yeah, and like we say, throwing that double guard up, I'm pretty sure if they put another one up, you may see Alberta duck.
Yeah, it reaches a stage where you can't get them all off, so you might as well be first in.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cat and mouse situation where you're not sure who's going to do it first.
Yeah.
The front end's indicating it's heavy.
Yeah.
It doesn't look heavy to me, Joe. It looks okay.
Yeah, it looks all right. It's starting to move now. I think I get on it.
I think that maybe they're just playing a guard again.
Maybe they are, yeah.
I think that's what it was, yeah.
Okay.
Great, perfect line again, eh?
Yeah, those are when they're lined up like that. You may get the two of them off, but you usually leave the shooter.
Exactly, yeah.
So hard to take everything into play. And Dodie, I think you're right. They really want to wait till mate's last rock. We'll see a little pepper on this one. And you see it moving. With that weight, the rock is still moving.
Wow. He almost made it, Joe.
Yeah, come very close. Yeah.
I'm always in marvel of the weight that they can throw like that high, hard one, and with such control and accuracy.
Such ease.
Yeah. I didn't see the call, Joe. Did he call another guard?
I think he was tapping in behind Dode.
Okay.
And it's out there a long ways, and the boys are...
They're getting... I think they waited for another guard, Joe.
Yeah, I think so. Now, these two are offline, so
yeah,
a lot easier this time to get rid of the whole works. I kind of like your call, Dodie, about going in.
Yeah, the last rock and then...
Yeah, that's pretty tough when you leave it go that long and play to the mate's last would have been probably the time to go. But they've played this whole game and the rock's still there, so now we know he's going in and skips.
Yeah. You see the Quebec second stones cleaning the ice out there for a skip when he's getting ready to throw.
Yeah. Yeah, I want the boys doing a little bit of ground maintenance for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, the front end, they're all pretty well. They just do that automatically now. You don't have to tell them anything. They just do it. I mean, it's good to see they're just not at the other end waiting for the skip to come down.
Yeah, you want to see everybody in the game.
Yeah, they're busy and they're calling a timeout now. Quebec, they've.
Not sure what the discussion is here.
They get a 90-second timeout in the extra end, Joe, and I don't know if Quebec has a coach with them.
No? Okay.
But I think they do because he was in the hack and the second stone called the timeout so he might have got an indicator from inside from the coach to he wanted to talk to them about this shot.
I'm not sure what the call could possibly be or why they would change it.
Yeah, unless they were playing a guard and she's saying, let's put it in the forefoot or vice versa.
Yeah, I kind of...
It's only two shots.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. I think you can wait a little too late. And if there's another guard thrown up, there's no way you're going to see a peel.
That's right.
Yeah, there's no way.
And maybe that's what they had called another guard. I'm not sure what their call was. Now they're indicating top four.
Yeah.
Or back.
It's nice to have the mic down there just to see what they were talking about.
Yeah, actually there's a potential now for the playoffs there's talk that they might mic the players for the playoff games.
Okay.
So that'd be interesting to hear them talking out there. But that's not been confirmed yet either, so.
So, yeah, Jerry's coming down to say, okay, guys, time to break up the rally here.
Yeah.
And looks like they decided what the play is.
Yeah.
Hands up. We're going to see the time in.
Yeah, they have lots of time at a minute 58.
Yeah, lots of time to play the last two. And, you know, time's back in now. So.
Time's back in.
I want to see Patrick go through his routine. He knows the ice. He's played down here enough. Seen lots of curl come this way. The boys aren't putting brush down yet.
No, not yet.
It's got a curl some for them. It's looks like it's still out on that wide yellow rock. Looked like the weight was awfully nice. And
Yeah, it did so, didn't it?
Yeah, split two in.
He's got the 2 counters, yeah. What do you think now, Joe? I'm thinking I want to be first in there now.
I would.
Yeah.
He's talking about a slash here, but if he misses a slash, he's giving him another chance to make the same shot.
Yeah. I guess they decided to slash the guard off, probably hoping to slash and catch another yellow rock going through, open up the front, and I guess worst case scenario, he'll look at 2 Quebec rocks and make a decision on his last one, whether they hit one or draw for the win. And he nose hit it. And Quebec now will play the wide out turn draw, hoping to be in the 4-foot, under the umbrella, as they say. So, a very important game here. The winner of this will get 3rd place and play on in the playoffs. They would be in the 3rd place in Pool A. The boys are just kind of, now they're kind of half playing with it, just keeping it clean. It's not curling yet. It's probably almost open, almost wide open. About half open. So the Alberta skipper has to move it. He's forced to tap it somewhere as he's sitting in front of the tee line.
So it didn't quite go the way we thought at this end.
No, it didn't. Quebec skip had a beautiful weight. It just didn't finish for him, and I'm getting indications that it's about half exposed. So
yeah, he had nice weight in the last one, and his first rock too, though. He didn't move. So it's got to be made, though.
Yeah, they call the sweep right from his hand.
And I was saying earlier, those boys can move the broom.
Yeah, they can.
Oh, he's on the front.
It's on the front.
Yeah. Tough way to go, boys. Steal.
Steal. And Quebec now will finish 3rd in Pool. They're in Pool A.
So the playoffs are decided for the men, and stay tuned at 7. You'll see the ladies' final round-robin draw, and all of you decided then.
Exactly.
So,
On behalf of Dodie Dickerson and Joe Hawks, thanks for joining us, and we'll be back at 7 o'clock for a live streaming of the ladies' games on sheets B and E. Thank you for tuning in.
good night.
Good night.
No tiebreakers in the main.
Thanks, Joe.
That just hit me. Oh yeah, period. I could take a bigger view with it, but I could get it. I got it. They just move your.
Abandon. Because we genuinely care about our